So it is day 14. Pretty crazy. We're about halfway through our term, halfway through pre-algebra. So nuts. Goes by really fast, guys. It's insane. It's really crazy. And y'all are doing really good. You are. So in unit 1, we were talking about all sorts of different things. We talked about like terms. We learned what a variable is. We learned what things we can put together, such as numbers with variables and numbers without variables. We learned about a lot of things, okay? Now, we are moving from that to something new. And this something that's new is called an equation. That word, equation. Does anybody know what an equation is? Has anybody ever heard this word before? Okay, I see a few hands. Yeah. Some of you have heard this. Some of you may have seen this before. I'm going to show you what an equation is. So, an example of an equation would be, say, 5 plus n equals 10. An equation is kind of like a number sentence that has an equal sign in it. This equal sign means that anything on this side, the 10, needs to be the same as 5 plus a number. These must be the same. So when we are looking at an equation like 5 plus a missing number equals 10, what we're doing is we are going to be trying to solve for what number n could be. Instead of us telling you what number the variable is, we are going to figure that out ourselves. Now, can any of you look at this and immediately tell or think about it for a moment? What number would I need to make this true? 5. Because 5 plus 5 equals 10. Not too tricky, not too tricky. Now, let me ask you this. How did you know it was 5? How did you know n is 5?
2 times,
You say,
in the equation,
Uh-huh.
n is 2.
Is
And
2?
Yeah.
So if I do 5 plus 2, is that
No.
equal to 10?
Here I am.
You
I'm
multiply.
Oh,
multiplying.
that's okay.
You divide 10 by 2.
Oh, okay. So 10 divided by 2, that would
Yeah,
give
you
you
get
5.
5.
That is very true.
Okay.
But how do we know that n equals 5? Jean, I think you might know it. What is it?
You say, n
Uh-huh.
equals 10
Uh-huh.
minus 5
Yes.
equals 5.
Yes. Okay, so Jean just said something really
So
cool.
5 is n.
And here's what he's telling us to do. When we have an equation like this, and we are trying to solve for a number we don't know, what we want to do is get rid of the number that is within. And here's how we do that. Right here, I have 5 plus n. I have a positive 5 over here. To get rid of that positive 5, I'm going to subtract 5. I'm going to minus 5. And if I do something on one side of my equal sign, one side of my equation, I have to do it on the other side too. So I'm going to do minus 5 over here as well.
True for this.
So what happens on this side of the equation is that when I do 5 minus 5, I get 0. So we say that these 5s cancel out. So we cross them off. We got rid of the 5. Then we're going to bring everything below the line we drew. On this side of my equation, my 5's are gone, but I still have n. So I'm going to bring down my n. I'm going to bring down my equal sign too. And then what is 10 minus 5? 5. 10, yes, 10 minus 5 is 5. And look at that. That gave us our answer. Pretty cool process. All you have to do is get rid of everything that's within, and you can find your answer. What if I gave you another example? How about, let's use x this time. X plus 12 equals 52. One we might not be able to do in our head as easily. 40. Is that what it is? I haven't worked it out yet. Let's see. I'm bad at mental math. You're right. It is 40. It is 40. What could I do to solve this? Just like above here, I got rid of the 5 so that I could get n by itself. How could I get x by itself?
Cancel.
Yeah. We're going to try to cancel what?
12.
The 12. So if I have plus 12, how can I get rid of that? Minus 12. Good. Now I'm going to subtract 12 over here. And if I do something to one side of my equation, where else do I need to subtract 12 from?
52.
52 minus 12. Very good. Okay, so I have 12 minus 12. What happens to my 12s? They cancel each other out. 12 minus 12 is 0. So we just cross them off. The 12s are gone. Now, what's 52 minus 12? 40. So I know 52 minus 12 is 40. And I'm going to bring everything down. I want to bring my x down here. I'm going to bring my equal sign down here. And we end up with x equals 40. So you were right, Brian. That's awesome. X equals 40. That is really good. Let me give you something slightly different. What if this time I give you, how about this down? M3. This time I have minus 3 equals 42. Now, whenever I had a positive number, like 5 or like 12 plus 5, notice how we subtracted to get rid of it. We subtracted 12. What do you think we're going to do if we start with a negative number or a minus 3 instead of plus or positive?
M equals 47.
Yes, you are right. Yes. So what we need to do to get rid of minus 3, what we need to do to get rid of minus 3 is we need to do plus 3. We're doing the opposite, because if I do minus 3 or negative 3 plus 3, I get 0. That gets rid of it. So that's going to cancel my 3's. But where else do I need to add 3?
To your 42.
To my 42. We have to do it to both sides of my equal sign. So my 3's cancel. And what should I bring down? M, good. Equals 42 plus 3, 45. Good. M equals 45. Good. So here's a pattern that we notice. Anytime we're trying to get rid of a number, we're doing the opposite. If it starts with plus something, we're going to minus something. If it starts with minus something, we're going to plus something. We're always doing the opposite if we want to get rid of it. So I am going to turn my page and I'm going to give you guys a brand new word. Some of you may have heard of it before, but this is something really important that we talk about, especially in pre-algebra, because it is going to follow us for the rest of our math journeys. We will use this in every other math class. So let me label my page again. Pre-algebra, Unit 2, page 2. Day 14, note continue. Okay, so today the new word I'm going to tell you about is inverse. Does anybody know what inverse means? What does inverse mean? Anybody know?
Jean knows.
You know, Jean?
B.
You know what inverse means?
Yes.
Anybody knows?
He says. He says you switch them around.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yes, yes. Inverse is a fancy word for opposite. It means we're switching the symbols around. We're doing the opposite. So that's perfect. Good. Inverse operations means we're doing the opposite operation. You guys remember what an operation is in math?
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Look at the PEMDAS. Those are operations, multiplying, dividing, adding, subtracting, exponents, and so on and so forth. So inverse operations are the opposite things you can do to numbers. And I'm going to give you a little chart of our inverse operations. So our first operation I'm going to talk about with you is addition. Addition. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Good. So on our little chart we're making, I'm going to draw a little back and forth arrow like this to say that these are opposites, and the opposite of addition is subtraction. Now we're going to move to the next operation, which will be multiplication, multiplying, multiplying. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. Good. Division. Very good, guys. So, what inverse operations help us with when we're solving equations is they tell us what to do to get rid of numbers so that we can get our variable or our letter by itself. If I have plus a number, to get rid of it, we do minus a number. If I have times a number, to get rid of it, I divide by that number. So inverse operations is something that we will use forever. It's very important. It's very, very important. So this is a good thing to remember. We will be using it very often from here on out. Okay, so that being said, let me give you another equation. And let's see if we can figure out how we would solve it. What if I had an example like this? What if I had 2 times y equals 12? Remember, my goal is to get the variable by itself. So the goal is to get the variable by itself. And a fancy word for getting it by itself, we say isolate. We want to isolate the variable. That means we want to get it all alone. Isolate the variable. It by itself. So in this example I just gave you, 2 times y equals 12. First of all, what is our variable?
So
What's our variable? Is it
Y.
Yes, it's y. That's our variable. So we want to isolate or get y by itself. How can I get y by itself? What do I need to get rid of?
Is it the 2?
The 2, yes. The 2 is what we need to get rid of. Now, what operation is happening over here?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So what is our inverse operation, or what is the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to draw a line, which means I'm dividing by 2. I'm going to draw a line. This means I'm dividing by 2. I'm dividing by 2 on both sides of my equation. I'll zoom in on this a little. Okay. So now let's think about this. We can also write the division symbol like this. You don't have to, but if it helps, you can do that. What is 2 divided by 2? 1. And if I have 1y, I can just write y by itself, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to cancel our 2's out. Our 2's, they're gone. So that's getting us to where we have y by itself. We'll bring down our equal sign. And then what is 12 divided by 2?
6.
6. Look at that. Y equals 6. That's our answer. And we can check our answer because is 2 times 6 equal to 12?
Yeah.
It is. So we did it right. It works. Very good, guys. That is very good. Okay. That's our mini lesson today. I'm not going to go much further than that. I just want to introduce this to you. And we're going to have a little baby exit ticket. It's going to be one question. Okay. Just one today. So I'm going to move this. And if you want to wait for me to make copies, you can, but you don't have to wait. You're welcome to write it on your own paper. So, just a little exit ticket today. This is the day 14 exit ticket. And we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Just a little mini lesson. This is due Friday. PM. Okay. So for this exit ticket, I want you to solve the equation below. I'm just going to have you do one today. Just a little one. And your equation is this. I want you to solve n plus 15 equals 38. And I want you to tell me m equals what? Solve it for me. That is it. Just one today, okay? So once you finish that, you are free to go. We're doing a short lesson today. And I'm going to go make copies of this page I just wrote. If you would like a copy, you're welcome to have one when I get back with that. But you don't feel like you have to wait for it. If you already have it written down and you're working on it, that is fine with me.
I'm finished.
You're finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Then you can turn it in and you are free to go.
Is this due today?
This is due Friday.
Is it on Google Docs or just?
So right now I am gonna run and make copies of it
Okay.
and I'm gonna bring it back. You don't have to do it on the copy I make, but if you would wanna wait for that, then.
Yeah, I'll wait on that.
Okay, sounds good. So give me about 30 seconds and I will be right back with copies. A little bit.
Do you have any plastic or a plastic bag? I can just use for the shower.
How big?
It's not that big, just for my.
Over here. Let me see. Would like a Walmart bag work?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Real?
What do you
State
think?
like three. What? Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm to go.
So, how do you get from?
6 minutes late.
Yeah.
Oh, she moved everything around.
Yeah, because everything
It's
kept falling from the wall.
How did you get this? You already opened?
Oh, okay, so just 15 minus 38.
Yeah. You just mark it out.
Right.
You're welcome. Saturday.
If I ever bless this class, the next class might be. You know,
I ain't going to my next one.
I'm talking about the next class, next semester.
Oh, yeah.
I like how she teaches. She explains.
She explained everything. I like it.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
cared. Cause
Yeah,
I
she
was
does
looking
care.
for a minute in it. I'm just now catching. I was lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. She's very,
This
very
is what
good.
I've been
I had it
waiting
last
on.
term. I should have take it again because I'm great teacher.
Yeah.
So I make sure I got it so I can teach.
Time to go home and get behind the movie and the blanket. Girl, I wish I could get ready. I gotta go to work.
And I gotta go sing.
Sam's.
Sing. Gotta study and sing.
Oh.
And sing.
I thought you said Sam's.
I'll do. I gotta sing tonight.
Coffee's here. You want one?
Thank you.
I took my time already.
Perfect, awesome. All right, did anyone else want a coffee? You already have it, you want? Okay, do you want one? There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah.
If you want one?
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome. And once you guys finish that, you're free to go. I'm letting you out a little early today.
Good.
Is this the do now? So that is just, looks like it was from last week. I think I had a lot of problems written down.
Okay,
And I
it was
wanted
just
you
like a
guys
practice thing.
Yep, just practice, not
Okay.
for a grade.
Okay,
So you just get to keep it for your notes.
okay. Thank you, thank you.
No problem.
I said, this paper that moved to the real again.
No,
I finished it, that's it.
Right.
well, I had it over here, and what I noticed is I had a bunch of people that when I would say, you turn it in over there in the bins, they would put it in their folders instead, and then I wasn't getting their work on time, and it was messing up their grades, so. I know, I figured if it was separated, maybe it would, I don't know, make a little more sense.
It does.
But I swear, I've moved that thing so much. It's crazy.
You can get a breakdown for this or just like, cause this is what I come up with.
Let's see. So. Yeah, that works perfect. Looks good.
Just do not go ahead and put it on there.
Yep, so go ahead and just, you turn it into the tray and the, over by the mirror and the lamp, and then you're free to go. That's it today. Unless you have other things you wanna work on or have questions.
I don't know if the quiz from yesterday,
Say that again.
the quiz from yesterday,
Yes.
I missed it.
Yes.
I caught up with everything now.
Uh-huh,
I'm on point,
awesome.
but it's from yesterday is what I'm missing.
Okay,
I don't know if you have a quiz before then.
no, just the
Okay.
one. So are you wanting to take it today, or you have until Friday?
I'll come in on Friday.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
See ya, have a good day. Teddy. Oh, good luck.
Thank you. I always get nervous, but I always do
Girl,
well.
I'm the same way.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya, have a good night.
All right, you too.
See, have a good evening.
Berarti lebaran dulu.
Bon,
That was good. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we'll turn those in to that little bin over there by the lamp. Yes, I moved it. I'm sorry. And then you're good to go. That's it today. Stop. He's not out. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Nina. Good day. Still recording.